original series, breaking news, fantasy insights, and much more.
You guys, that's what I'm talking about.
Go to GetNFLNetwork.com to get it all.
Here on NFL Network, and Brett Rypien. Well, it was his first career start. He looked pretty good to start the game, accurate, poised, pretty calm, and then the interceptions came. So aside from those, we talked a lot about him in the post-game show leading up to tonight. But Steve, from what you saw, what did you take away from Rypien's performance on the field?
He seemed to be poised. On the outside, he didn't seem to be rattled other than kind of that third quarter. But what I really loved is he was very comfortable. He got comfortable very quickly. He established that he was going to throw the ball in certain areas. He didn't second guess. You didn't see him double hitching. He was fluid. He took his 5-step drops through it, 3-step drops through it. So pretty much, I would say 75 to 80% of the game, he was pretty fluid and did not seem like the stage was too big for him. And I love watching him play. It was good. And watching his film earlier today and watching his film today, they're a mirror image of each other.
Steve's exactly right by saying poise. That's a great word, because I played with a lot of young quarterbacks, and the one thing that I want to see from them is poise and confidence in throwing the football, letting it rip. Now, we all saw the 3 interceptions and the things that he didn't do so well, but he was able to come back from those, bounce back from that adversity, become the player that he was back in the first half, throw the football, lead his team to a victory. That's what I want to see from a young player. I don't want to see a young player that has that adversity stretch, that it knocks him back, and then he's afraid to go and throw the next pass. So great job for him getting the win. This is definitely a game for Brett Rypien to be able to build on into the future.
Yeah, certainly something for him to be happy about. There were some things that I saw. You know, I thought he had early success with the Jets coming at him, trying to blitz, and he made some great throws early on. But then when the Jets said, okay, wait a minute, let's stop blitzing and let's back up and let's play coverage, that's when he started throwing some of those interceptions. But we got to get to, and we have to talk about even what happened to him at the end of that game with some of the hits that he took that made it look like, I guess, their coach just walked them off the football field, and they didn't do the customary handshake with the Jets. Did he feel, and he's coming, so we'll get a chance to talk to him, does he feel like those were dirty hits or somehow, some way targeted hits to hit him like that late in the game?
Yeah, well, at least we'll get an answer to that coming up with Brett Rypien on his way to our cameras right now. But, Steve, I'm sorry, I cut you off there. What were you going to say?
Yep. Man, Mike, I don't think that's an Adam Gase thing. Just playing for the Carolina Panthers and playing against New Orleans Saints, and not a Sean Payton deal, but that's a Greg Williams deal. That's what he's always known for. That's what he wants his players on defense to be. I know probably some people are saying, how can you say that? I played against Greg Williams a number of times. That is his defense. His defense is about that BS, and that's how he coaches them. That's how he influences them, and that's what Greg Williams does. And if Greg Williams was standing right here, I would say it as well, because I've talked to him about it, I've addressed it, and that's the kind of BS that his defense plays, and he is the captain of that stuff that he does. Just straight up. That's who he is.
Well, we have Brett Rypien standing by right now. A lot of people noticing the way he played tonight, including Russell Wilson. Rypien making plays. We saw a lot of tweets in the first half from LeBron James. Now we have Brett Rypien joining us now. It's time for the Star of the Game, presented by Mercedes-Benz. Brett, congratulations on your first win in the NFL. It was your first start, your first primetime game on the road in the rain there, and you had limited sort of reps with the players that you were working with, obviously with the preseason and the short week. So just take me through how you're feeling right now. It had to be a little trippy. It was up and down, but what are the emotions you're kind of feeling?
Oh, man, it was a roller coaster. You know, there was a lot of good plays out there. You know, I thought our receivers and our offensive line did a great job protecting me all night. Guys were making plays. But, you know, to be honest, at the end of the day, you know, I think these guys really deserve the win. And, you know, for us to get that was special for sure.
Brett, this is Michael Irvin. You come into the game. What were you expecting to see? Were you expecting to get as many blitzes as you got tonight?
Yeah, no, I mean, we've been seeing pressure, you know, the last couple of games, and you know, that's something that we knew going into this game was that you know, we were going to keep seeing it until we you know, learn how to beat it. So you know, that was definitely something that was on our radar, especially with Greg Williams, you know, being the type of coordinator that he is, and you know, I thought we did a pretty good job handling it.
What do you mean
Did
by?
your uncle give you any advice prior to today's game?
Yeah, he just said go out and cut it loose, you know, and play till the final down, and that's, you know, really came true tonight. Obviously, with the second half being a little rough there, you know, I think at one point, obviously, you know, it got really bad there. We had 2 picks in a row, or I had 2 picks in a row, but you know, just wanted to, like I said, I thought these guys really deserved the win tonight. You know, this team's been been through a lot this year, and you know, it was great that we could get that last drive there to get into field goal range, to get that, get the lead, and then score that touchdown late.
Hey, Brett, Steve Smith here. First of all, congratulations. In the broadcast and the Athletic, I spoke to your dad, and your dad said when you start tonight, it's gonna remind him of that 12-year-old poster that he pinned on your ceiling of your bedroom, and it said "NFL or bust." When you were daydreaming and laying in your bed or dreaming at night, is this the way you envision your NFL career going right now?
You know what? I mean, I would have rather it had been without any turnovers tonight, but you know, for us to get the win was really special. You know, it was a battle absolutely all night. You know, I took a few hits there in the first half. You know, and it was not really easy at any point, I didn't think, and you know, we kept battling, kept fighting. You know, everybody on the offense did a great job, and you know, it feels really good to get this win for sure.
Brett, this is Michael Irvin again. Brett, earlier when I asked you about the pressure that you were expecting tonight, you said, yes, you expected it. That's the kind of defense coordinator Greg Williams is. What did you mean by that?
Yeah, you know, I just think that, you know, he's known for bringing a lot of different types of pressures, exotic pressures. You know, he does a really good job disguising them and plays, you know, 2 deep coverage in the back end. And, you know, he moves guys around a lot. And, you know, it was kind of the same thing tonight. You know, we saw a lot of different looks. You know, he was definitely trying to confuse me out there. And, you know, obviously succeeded a couple times. But, you know, it was good to get that first win. And, you know, playing a guy like that in my first game is definitely a good experience.
Well, Brett, you ripped the Band-Aid off. You got your first start, your first win, and now you get a little time to enjoy it. So do just that. Congratulations again, and thanks for joining us.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Brett Rypien there at MetLife Stadium as the Broncos, they get their first win of the season, 37-20.